Basketball fans, welcome back. So, Jackson Hayes is expected to leave the Lakers in free agency after reportedly being unhappy with his role. So, Jackson Hayes, he played for the Lakers this season and he's expected to leave the Lakers after his reduced playoff role, and his team is looking towards beefing up their front court. So, Jackson Hayes, his stint with the Los Angeles Lakers has not been the best, especially in the postseason where the Lakers got beat in five by the Minnesota Timberwolves. Things were not looking good for the Lakers. And Jackson Hayes, his brief stint to the Lakers appears to be nearing its end, as reports indicate that Jackson Hayes is unlikely to return for the 2025-2026 season. So, according to Lakers insider Anthony Irwin, Hayes was reportedly unhappy with his reduced role down the stretch of the season, especially during the playoffs, where his minutes vanished entirely in crucial games. So that frustration, coupled with financial implications due to his dwindling court times, makes his departure from LA all but certain. So Jackson Hayes, he signed for the Lakers in the last offseason. He played 56 regular season games and he averaged 7 points per game, 5 rebounds, while shooting 72% shooting from the field. His 19.5 minutes per game, he offered solid lob contribution, especially in finishing, vertical spacing, and mobility on defense. So, by all means, Jackson Hayes did his role, and his statistics didn't pop out that much, and the Lakers didn't expect too much from him. So, those contributions that he had all but evaporated in the postseason, and Hayes saw his playing time slashed to just 7.8 minutes per game and averaged 2 points per game, 2 rebounds, and shot 38% from the field. So he did not play at all in the team's decisive Game 5 loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves and logged just 4 minutes in Game 4. So you can see his reduced role did not contribute too much to the Lakers' uh, chance to at least go ahead and make the series interesting against the Minnesota Timberwolves. So for Hayes, he knew his time was up, especially with the limited role in the postseason, and his reduction of minutes was a byproduct of JJ Redick's lack of trust in him in high leverage situations. So, Coach JJ Redick, this was his first year as a Los Angeles Lakers full time coach, and this was his first postseason. And I can even say JJ Redick, his style of play in the postseason did not factor in productivity of Jackson Hayes, especially with the whole Luka Doncic, LeBron James situation. They're trying to figure out what lineups they can run that can be able to utilize both of those two guys on the court. So Jackson Hayes, with his minutes getting slashed, I mean, there was not too much confidence that JJ Redick had on him, and I mean, it was sad. So Reddick, known for favoring five-out offense and positional versatility, seemed to lose faith in Hayes as the season progressed. So with the Lakers reportedly prioritizing bigs in both free agency and the trademark this offseason, Hayes' role was going to diminish even further because if you're looking at even the Lakers trying to beef up their roster by adding front court players, that meant they overlooked a productivity of Jackson Hayes because it will not be a very, very huge issue if Anthony Davis left and Jackson Hayes was able to slide to the five spot and offer at least a bit 50 to 60% productivity on or what we saw from Anthony Davis. Not 100% Anthony Davis, but a bit there. So they can be able to find a way to finish off the season because that Phil Mark Williams trade didn't go through, and they needed some help in the front court. And when you have a situation where the Lakers sent away their franchise forward in exchange for a guard, that meant there was a lot of hollow uh, points in the front court. So the Lakers the Lakers went ahead and got Luka Doncic, and they didn't have any clear cut roles for Jackson Hayes moving forward. So, Lakers president Rob Pelinka is already aggressively working on the phone, and multiple reports suggest that LA is targeting a variety of centers with names like Nick Claxton and Daniel Gafford in the mix. I'm not sure if the Lakers are going to be able to get Daniel Gafford because he's from the Mavericks, and it's going to be a very crazy look if AD was traded there, then Daniel Gafford is traded to the Lakers. So I don't know. Maybe it's going to be a bit complicated. But that failed Mark Williams trade looms large as a missed opportunity at the time, because Mark Williams is a center for the Charlotte Hornets, and looking at the way things were, and that trade being nixed and not falling through, it was a very very huge hit for the Lakers, and the Lakers are determined not to make the same mistake again of not signing a guy who plays in the front court, especially in the center position. So sources say that the front office recognized that they cannot rely on a single rim running big to complement Luka Doncic, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves. So the need for multiple options with varying skill sets, spacing, rim protection, and physicality to match the diverse needs for the evolving system. So the Lakers need to find somebody who can replace the productivity of an Anthony Davis, because he left a very huge hole at the front court. So the Lakers are also making moves through the draft with the 55th pick of the 2025 NBA draft. They are projected to select Russian center Vladislav Godlin, a strong traditional big man who is high upside and physical tooling. He could be a very good fit for JJ Redick's evolving system. So Godlin's shot blocking and rebounding instincts offer immediate value, and his international experience suggests that he can quickly develop into what the Lakers really want. So, but in terms of trade speculation, the Los Angeles Lakers is at the center of multiple trade rumors, and a proposed deal could bring Jared Allen from the Cleveland Cavaliers to LA as the Cavs look to trim salary and rebalance their roster. So, in the previous video, I talked about the Cleveland Cavaliers planning to get out of the second apron and trading either Jared Allen or Darius Garland, and this move might be that one. And I'm not sure if the Cavs can be able to pull a trigger on that because they had the most successful season. But hey, I mean, anything can happen. If Luka Doncic could get traded and he was considered one of the untouchables, I mean, this right now, anything can happen. So another rumor suggests that the Lakers may also target the Knicks center Mitchell Robinson in a fair trade value involving Jared Vanderbilt and future draft picks, and a massive three-team trade scenario also involving the Lakers, Grizzlies, and Heat can even propose sending Ja Morant to Miami with the Lakers, uh, while the Lakers receive a super talented center and a proven wing in the process. So they can be able to even get somebody in return in the three-team trade if it happens. And all these things, we'll just know them as, the season ends and we enter free agency. But, while Hayes may still draw some interest from teams in need of an athletic big man, his inability to maintain consistent impact through a full season and into the playoffs may raise a lot of red flags. But nonetheless, a fresh start may be exactly what he needs, especially after the disappointment of being sidelined when it mattered most. So ultimately, the Lakers are going to do whatever they're going to do, especially when it comes to creating a space where they can have a good front court player who matches their skill set, because they're very specific with what they want. So both sides seem ready to move on, especially Hayes and the Lakers. So Hayes wants a bigger role and consistent minutes, and the Lakers want dependable front court depth that fits JJ Redick's vision. And as the Lakers prepare for a pivotal summer in the Luka era, Jaxon Hayes is almost certain to be a roster casualty in the pursuit for championship level upgrades at this point. So I mean, the Lakers right now, they have their work cut out. They need to find a way to uh, create that Lakers team around their star player in Luka Doncic, who's 25 years. I know LeBron James, he has a 50 million player option, which we're going to look at in a future video on why he should take it. But he's not announced his farewell tour, and the Lakers are yet to uh, show that they are going to give LeBron James an extension, because if they give LeBron James an extension, they can waste about another 150 million on somebody who is going to take away about 3 to 4 years of Lucas Prime. So yeah, I mean, it's a very very tough situation. But for Jaxon Hayes, I mean, the Lakers didn't trust him enough to be able to be that reliable piece at the front court, and there's a high likelihood that he's gonna leave, and both parties have agreed in parting ways like that. So do drop me your comments down in the comment section down below. I mean, that Mark Williams trade from the Lakers to from the Hornets to the Lakers, that one was supposed to happen damn near the trade deadline, but it didn't fall through. I mean, there was a bit of controversy there, so that's one of those failed trades that didn't happen, especially with that gamble that the Lakers had when they decided to trade away Anthony Davis for Luka Doncic. They had to find a player who plays in the center position that can be able to go ahead and replace that somewhat of that productivity that Anthony Davis brought in, but it didn't fall through, and the Lakers went to the postseason without any front court depth, and that's the reason as to why they got feasted by the Minnesota Timberwolves in 5 games. Because at that point, I felt like people were saying, the Lakers won the trade. A lot of people said the Dallas Mavericks won the trade, but I don't think any team won that trade because there are multiple reasons as to why both teams did not win this trade. And a lot of sides you can see people are trying to make the decision of trying to defend the Lakers and the Mavericks on why that transaction did happen. It happened, and the Lakers are the ones I can say they got the short end of the stick short term, but in the long term they have a superstar that they can be able to build around. But for win now mode, it was not the best decision. But looking at the disgruntled nature in which Anthony Davis was and he didn't want to play center, I mean, you could just tell, he was not going to sign that extension, and major moves needed to happen. And there was a mutual interest there on both parties. So I talked about that and the whole repercussions of the whole Luka AD trade. And it also factors into even the reason as to why Jackson Hayes didn't get a lot of minutes, because had he been able to be a reliable option, maybe in the postseason, JJ Redick would have factored him in. But JJ Redick's style did not be able. He was not able to go ahead and trust the Jackson Hayes because Luka Doncic and LeBron James. Somewhat, a lot of people thought that they were in win now mode now, when I felt like it was not gonna happen. And honestly, if you ask me, the Lakers just need to find a way to be able to convince LeBron James to take a pay cut, because if they're not able to take a pay cut, they're going to be deep in the luxury tax and they're going to run it back with the same roster they got, because majority of those players that are on the roster, they're on mid-level exceptions. You're also seeing rumors has it that Austin Reeves wants out. He wants a bigger role. He wants to be paid about $30 million a year. I'm not sure if the Lakers can afford him. And I mean, right now the NBA landscape is changing very fast as the new age stars are developing. So it is what it is. So do drop me a comments down in the comment section down below on what you think about this. I'm gonna talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out.